Hello and welcome everyone. Good evening here from the beautiful country of Austria with beautiful mountains. Hello to everyone who takes the time to listen in here at the unfolding story of the Gnostic Takeover. What is happening? What's the latest? It's been a while once again. I've been very engaged with healing. The healing process, that is the most important work we can do. When we heal ourselves, when we heal the microcosm, we heal the entire field that we are connected with. So it truly is the truth that you should be the healing that you want to see in the world. And from that, the ripple effects go out into the macrocosm, no matter how a shape the earth is. It works through the microcosm to the macrocosm. So I've got some amazing information to share with you here. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of this extraordinary experience that I use the channel here, the Gnostic Takeover, as an outlet, sort of like a diary, to in one point in the future look back on all these videos and realize, geez, I said it back then. This is how profits are made. We are all mediums who can tune in to different levels of reality and actually be prophets of the future by just knowing that we create the future with our intention. So I'm going deep again into the nature of reality, as is the usual here at the Gnostic Takeover, which is what Gnosticism truly should be all about. Knowing about the nature of reality and how to influence reality on the causal level of reality. So I've made a little bit of an introduction here. I have no idea how this live stream turns out, so I'm just going to say, no matter what the quality is here, I'm just going live here with the live stream, and I'm also going to kickstart the video. So let me restart once again. So also for the video viewers on BitChute, hello and welcome everyone here at the Gnostic Takeover. I'm glad you're tuning in. You're in for a great ride. There's nothing but positive mental attitude adjustment happening here on this channel. And I see myself as a spokesperson of the earth. I go into the ice-cold river of the Krems, which is here in Austria, the river called the Krems, every single day with Liz, ice cold, and every day I can stay in the ice cold water a little bit longer, 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds longer, if I have a good day. And it's about the best thing you can do is to go and bath in the ice cold river, go and bath in the sea if you've got that luxury right next to you, or whatever flowing water you can find. It tunes you into nature. It naturally makes you an ambassador of the earth. I call myself the diplomat of the earth, and there's many diplomats of the earth probably tuning in here right now. Are you a diplomat of the earth? I challenge you. Take a think about that. Alright, who's representing the earth in all of this? When you hear in the alternative media arena about the Klaus Schwabs, the Schwabism that's going on, Dr. Evil, all these clowns of the circus, you got to ask yourself, who is the spokesperson for the earth? And it ain't just me. It ain't just me. I'm just a guy who drank too much medicine. But you can never drink too much medicine, let me tell you. When you have the medicine, it comes to you at the right time. The medicine, I say, ayahuasca and datura, which is the prime alliance of the Gnostic Takeover, together with other massive alliances that are having an influence here on Earth, who don't show themselves directly, but it's the same perception of freedom, true freedom. So I get tuned in to the message of the Earth. I have black helicopters, sometimes green helicopters. Follow me when I walk around, or when I go for a run. I've started running again. It really activates my heart. Helicopters flying around, strange, unidentifiable flying objects around me every day. It's crazy. It's a very interesting world, especially once you start letting go of the fear and start realizing that you are not in danger, as this great quote by the character Walter White in Breaking Bad, in the great series Breaking Bad, goes, "You're not in danger. I am the danger." That is what I call attitude adjustment. Shifting our mental attitude. And that's the Corona speaking. The Crown, not Her Majesty, but the truth speaking. That will not bow down to anything. We are beginning to see the true power of the truth. It's incredible. Every single day you see it's so powerful that every single day I only get to see a glimpse of it. And then I sit down and I could write down for hours, decoding the field, the true nature of reality. And I'll be going into that. I have so much information to share with everyone, and again I apologize that I've not made it to do a video again for 2 weeks. I would love to do more. However, I'm also doing the great work of healing at the moment. Right now there's a phase where I'm doing the healing work with the family. That's a massive thing that I will also be speaking about. It has everything to do with healing the microcosm, as I started this video and the live stream. Healing the microcosm, healing your own psychology, loving yourself. It's a big word, self-love. And this system, this totalitarian control system, is all about attacking you and self-loathing yourself. So we need to unwind from that. And it's all happening in the subconscious. Many people would say, "Oh, I love myself. Oh, I've got no problem with myself." However, in situations when they're under pressure, suddenly these subconscious programs, when you're in a situation where you're under pressure and you're sort of losing your grip of control over the situation, people start to begin to say, "Oh, I'm a loser. Do you think I'm a loser?" Whatever. This is where the subconscious programming comes out, and it's actually a great opportunity for healing when that happens. So again, I'm rambling. It's great to have you all here. I'm feeling good. We don't have our new home yet. The network has not delivered on that yet. However, let the dream unfold, I say. Knowing the true nature of reality, this is a dream-like reality, and we're dreaming reality into existence. So we can take the moment and trust that everything Absolutely everything happens at the right moment, also for you. So if you're in despair, if you're thinking the world's going under, if you're thinking, geez, how are we going to crawl out of that space? How are we going to crawl out of the catastrophe that we're in? You're tuning into the right channel. It's the sunshine after months of rainy days, of grey clouds, of everything being clouded over and casted over, and everything telling you, it's a bad life and you need to be pessimistic, that's the only way. No, mate. You've probably just been listening too much to alternative media. That's just as, or can be just as hypnotizing as the mainstream media. So you're tuning into the right channel, and I've got some slides prepared for you, and this video is called Spokesperson of the Network Speaking about Effects of the Gnostic Takeover. Oh, something has happened here, and I'm going to go into that. So I want to remind everyone, okay, things are going to get crazy. This is not for the usual suspects of, oh, let me see what's going on in the world. I'm coming from a whole different perspective. I, to the best of my knowledge, try to give everyone here information that comes from the natural internet. Some call it the Schumann resonance, the Wood Wide Web. I call it the Earth. I'm speaking directly for the Earth as a spokesperson of the Earth because I'm speaking the truth here. Because I have no agenda, no one's paying me to do that. In actual fact, the network, satanic pedophile network, is already starting to pay me, and they have to pay me in actual fact, because I mean we're leaving the bubble of limited possibility here. That's what I'm doing here at the Gnostic Takeover. People will call me crazy, but all that's happening when people call me crazy, because I'm a very self-reflective human being. I studied mathematics at university level, and I have a very mathematical brain, which is that I do not say things that have no logical conclusion. And when I make mistakes in the videos, I even claim that as an error, and I claim that back. I take full responsibility for any error of thinking that I may have ever had, which is not very often the case if I think back. So everything that I talk about here is clearly reflected, and it comes from higher levels of consciousness, which is what we need. You cannot solve, as you know, you cannot solve a problem with the same level of consciousness that created it. You need to raise your consciousness, and then you see the problem from another angle, from another perspective, and then it can heal. And healing is what we're doing here. So just as a start, all I do is share my perspective. Nothing more, nothing less. This is my perspective. Anyone call me what they want. I do not care what people call me, because I give myself the names. I define myself, I define my reality, and that is the basis of sovereignty. I do not believe in it, I trust it. I am it. I know it. And that's the ultimate discernment that one makes in the discovery of Gnosis, in Gnosticism. That's why you're tuning into the Gnostic Takeover, because it's all about knowing and making the distinction between knowing instead of believing. I do not believe anything. Write down the word belief or believe, and you have the lie in there. We do not do lies here. We've been drowning in lies, and it always leads to the same point of self-destruction, which is the reason why the Gnostic Takeover is going the exact 180-degree opposite path to lies. We only do the truth here. If someone has a problem with that and needs proof for the truth, well then investigate. The truth has a resonance and can be felt, and we as human beings have the capability to feel what is right and what is wrong. So again, things might get a little interesting, I should say. Not crazy. Let's go beyond the crazy. Interesting. That's what we need. I always love interesting things. I love people who challenge my perceptions on reality, which is the way we can move forward. So let's head right in to the spokesperson of the network speaking about the effects of the Gnostic Takeover, as is the title of this video. Here we've got Karl Nehammer, the Chancellor of Austria, and as you will remember, I spoke about Karl Nehammer and his friend at the so-called health ministry, which has nothing to do with health, let alone healing, in the last video, because this is sort of like part 2 of the Corona Speaks. I may even rename the video again to the Corona Speaks, because that's what's speaking here. I am the Corona, and it's a field of consciousness that everyone can tune into, and this is what they mean by the virus. As I said in the last video, this is what they truly meant since the beginning of this crisis of the Soviet regime, very appropriately named. I give credit to John Lamlash. It's a great way of framing the enemies of life, even though he's a part of the enemies of life. Hey John, he's probably listening in. The Soviet regime is out to eliminate the corona. It's actually true, however, problem is they cannot eliminate the corona. They try and try with the CERN and artificial intelligence to sort of to try and supersede natural intelligence. That's what artificial intelligence tries to do. It tries to intervene in the growth process of natural intelligence, and through natural intelligence and learning from natural intelligence, you get to a state of consciousness that I'll call the corona, is a very appropriate name. And spokesperson of the network came forward yesterday after, so 2 weeks ago I spoke about the Austrian government going public. That was exactly 1 day after me and Liz moved out from our home and let everything go. Remember? Okay, let me just throw this in. Remember, me and Liz, we moved out of our home. We commanded the network that they must give us our new home, our new house, completely new house, right by the lake in the Salzkammergut here in Austria. Yeah, why not? Why not? Know your value, I shall say. Know your value. Only you can know your value. Only you. So I know the effects that my work is having, and every day I'm growing in knowing how powerful our words can be, and especially like I've done the last 3 years of maintaining my focus, continue the journey, even though many people are leaving the Gnostic Takeover. Okay, I can see it in the Telegram channel, in the YouTube channel, and you know what? It just makes me stronger. I go through hard times myself. You see, I am just as much a human being as everyone listening here is. I have a lot of empathy, and I'm very sensitive, which is a great strength when you can integrate it. And I get down by this sometimes, but it doesn't matter. I stay true to my message. I will continue only to speak the truth in the best knowing that I have, and when I lose people, it doesn't matter. So coming back to the main point, right after me and Liz moved out from our old home, we let go of everything and we were basically homeless. But all we had was to trust the life that we've been given, to actually dare and see where do we end up if we just go into trust, if we do not start looking for apartments and flats and all that. We wouldn't even be able to afford that in this moment of time. At this moment of time, we're going through a difficult period when it comes to our money supply. However, there is also a learning lesson behind that, which is when people do not donate to the Gnostic Takeover, we just go ahead and see it as a learning lesson from the medicine to start commanding the network, okay, this international criminal network who Mr. Nehammer is a spokesperson for. Oh, we can reveal that, of course. And we'll just command the network, because if I say that the Gnostic Takeover is at the top of the pyramid here in the whole world, well, how can you prove that? So I take myself serious with the things I decode, that I find out, and actually put them into action. This is the best way you can move forward with your ideas. So if we're at the top of the chain of command here on Earth, then that means I can command the network that is underneath us being at the top of the pyramid of command. I can command them to give me exactly what I want. And you see, I know that many people listening here have troubles, probably also in these times of inflation and all of that. You see, I just love everyone being here. I've come through of all these challenges, and I've even sounded like a beggar here on the videos. You know, could you make a donation to the Gnostic Takeover? The link is underneath in the description. I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't care if people don't donate. I will continue anyway. It's outside of money. This reality is based on energy, frequency, and vibration. I'll be taken care of. I will trust my life. My life force. I just trust it. And I don't expect anyone to donate. And I'm not angry anymore. I've worked through that, which is, you can see it live here, that the healing is actually working with me. It's a great healing. It's a great medicine that the Gnostic Takeover is in alliance with. So back to the point. Me and Liz, we let go of the old home. We went into trust, and since then something has happened. Right the next day, on the 1st of February, the Austrian government, through its spokesperson here, okay, the Austrian government being a puppet of the international crime syndicate, the network, and they called for all corona measures to be dropped by the end of June. Now, 2 weeks later, yesterday, spokesperson of the network wants to reverse the effects of corona. It's what he actually said. They want to reverse what has happened because of their totalitarian imposition that they've imposed on society all across the world. And here in Austria, it's been non-stop, basically, except since about half a year it has stopped. They were not able to impose the measures in autumn anymore. So we had a stop of most of the COVID measures in our daily lives. I think it was round about June. I lose track of time of that, but it was round about June 2022. You know, the muzzles were dropped from the supermarket and all that. And normally in this cycle of this cult, they would have started to impose the measures again. As was the case in previous years, they would have started in probably around about September to ring the alarm bells again. Going into October and November, full-blown COVID measures in place again. They were not able to do this in Austria anymore. There were no COVID measures anymore during autumn, right into winter. And here in Austria, from winter, we're heading right into spring now, and the whole policy has basically completely collapsed. So the Gnostic Takeover is tuned to all of these changes in speech and the dynamics here on the political stage, and the Gnostic Takeover says that this is due to the medicine is working. So this is where I say, okay, everyone who thinks that it's crazy what I say here, namely that the political arena is actually feeling the effects of the work of the Gnostic Takeover, the medicine work, that being, as well as the videos that I do are part of that, but the videos that you listen to here come from lots of medicine work that I've been doing with ayahuasca and datura, which I use as alliance to solve this crisis here on Earth. This is what I came here to do. This is who I am. I've gone through my process of self-discovery for 13 years, at least 13 years of depression in my life, going on the journey of finding out why the world is so messed up as it is, questioning everything, looking into natural law and natural law principles since 2014, and really diving deep and finding my own answers, how the true dynamics of natural law and the natural order really works, that you cannot read in any book. It's not been written yet. And this work I've been doing with the medicine that I have documented here is having effects on the political stage. The medicine is working. It's amazing. However, it's the magic of life. You see, there are forces of ultimate power that control our reality experience. They're in true charge. It's not Satan or some mythological figure of Satan. No. The Gnostic Takeover in true knowing is speaking the truth when I say there is no such being called Satan or the demiurge. This would describe more an archetypal pattern, I would say. It's involution. It's the mind getting messed up, basically, and start having sex with children, called pedophilia, and all the satanic ritual abuse that goes on with it. It's a psychological condition of psychopathy. However, there's no such thing as a mythological figure of Satan. There are Satanists who are actually, their god is their own shadow self. They have fallen to the diktats and the control of their own shadow. And anyone like me who does their own shadow work takes over the command structure on earth here. This is how it works, because they don't do their shadow work. They are enslaved by their shadows. All these Satanists and high priests and priests of whatever church, they are enslaved by their shadow. So the medicine is working. It's working, and we are only just beginning to see the effects of it. And later in the video, I'll go deeper into the workings of it. So today, I want to say also, it's the day today when you go and look back on my Telegram channel. Today's the day when last year Errol Kaya was arrested by the Austrian authorities. Excuse me for saying that, they're not the authorities, ridiculous. Errol Kaya was arrested by the police last year, exactly on this day. And you see, it's all about the cycle. Okay, I had a picture on my Telegram channel also, okay, that I posted yesterday about the video that me and Errol did on the 14th of February last year. And the video was called The Gnostic Takeover in Charge of Planet Earth, Ayahuasca and Datura Ceremony. And the thumbnail to the video was a picture with a pyramid. The Gnostic Takeover in command, the top of the pyramid. You can go and watch that video on the channel. So it was actually, it was actually done on the 14th of February. And it had a profound effect. Like this day, on the 16th of February last year, Errol was arrested, and this is how everything started to unravel here at the Gnostic Takeover. On the 28th of February, you remember they broke in to our home. They stole Leonie, the police, together with social services, basically the International Criminal Network, who we've just seen a spokesperson of. They broke into our home, trespassing on our home, and stole the child of the great mother and the wonderful being that is Liz, who is at the heart of the Gnostic Takeover. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without the incredible power of the feminine energy coming from Liz. All the big shout out to the women here of the world. I know your true value, and I know how important it is that we, as male and female, come together. This is the ultimate message of true peace between the genders, and getting rid of all this stupid competition between each other. So it's a very powerful day today, which is, for some reason, I just had the inspiration that I should hop on and do a video today. I've been working on a video actually the last few days called The End Times. And I've put together lots of slides. I've been working at least 7 hours to put the slides together. However, I've been blocked from doing this video, and today, just out of nowhere, it just came to a video. So this is where I am. And you see, it's all about coming back to the point. It's all about the cycle. That's what I've realized. It's powerful. The cycle and the way it works, the yearly cycle, and seeing where you were exactly 1 year ago. This here where you can see me was exactly 1 year ago, and I was like, I looked back the other day and I realized in what different energy and in what a different energy state I was in at the time. So again, this is alluding to the medicine is working. And the arrest of Errol Kaya, who's here to the right, Errol Kaya was together with me doing lots of the videos here at the Gnostic Takeover, and he was arrested exactly 1 year ago, and it was actually an attempt to arrest me. This is what has come out with time and processing the information I was getting. That Errol here is actually an agent of the control system who was trying to stop me in my tracks, and actually put a break onto the work that I am doing, because what I'm doing here is pretty powerful. Again, the political arena is reacting to the effects of Corona, the Gnostic Takeover, and I'm not kidding here, I'm not joking. Okay, once again, all I do is share my perspective. I don't care what other people think. All I'm here is to speak the truth. And how much messed up can it be than we've already had here? Alright? Go with your intuition when you hear that. Go and feel into what you hear. And it may be incredible, but that doesn't mean it is not happening. It's all about the cycle. And again, it was an attempt by Errol getting arrested. The police also, I was in the car with Errol, and Errol was he was told to show identification, system identification. He showed them his passport and they arrested him. And I realized at the time that I don't have to show them nothing. They asked me for my identification. I said, yeah, what did I do wrong? Has anything happened? Did I commit a crime? What's going on? I don't have to show you any identification. And the police just went mad. So for anyone, the basics of law is you do not have to show them nothing. Ever. They must show you proof of claim. They must show you what is called probable cause. They must tell you a reason why you need to identify yourself, and then they can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. They are nothing. The whole police, the whole criminal structure, everyone here, okay, Mr. Spokesperson, they are nothing. They have no power. All the power is in the heart-based individual who confronts their own shadow, which Mr. Spokesperson is enslaved by, if he's not a total robot and just an AI puppet, an AI machine, which, okay, if you go and listen to these people, you draw your own conclusions. They don't really act human. Could be due to the level of trauma that they've been under, because the more trauma these individuals experience, the more they are programmed and the more they serve the system, the criminal system, to a T. And yeah, that's where the power lies. It's in what we speak, it's in what we know, it's in what we do, and we do persistently. It's all about persistence. And keep going no matter what, even if I lose the followers, even if no one donates to the Gnostic Takeover. I keep going. I don't give a damn. I came here to do it and nothing else, which is to take back the earth. So now I'm inviting everyone here to just keep shifting perception. This is what I'm here to do. This is the message that I bring forward here. It's the most important. This is what happens with shadow work. When you do the emotional integration work, your perception shifts and begins to shift. This is what happens when the medicine is working. Your perception shifts. And the medicine is what can give you very dangerous ideas, like the idea of taking back the earth. It's a dangerous idea, but it's only dangerous to criminals. And keep shifting perception. I point people here to what you can see here is obviously, most will know it, the Louvre. Excuse me, I need to activate my French accent here. Le Louvre, the pyramid. And you can see the base of the pyramid here, okay, which leads right up to the peak of the pyramid. And that's a perception that you have of the pyramid right here. However, shift your perception. That's the corona. Best explained. Instead of looking at the pyramid from here, you see the base of the pyramid and you're looking up to the apex point of the pyramid. Shift your perception. And you take the view from the top of the pyramid. You see, we can choose from what level of reality we perceive reality. And the way our world, the way the earth has been hijacked is putting everyone into the same perception of the pyramid. Oh, look at the elite up there. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're imposing Agenda 2030, they've done the COVID lockdowns. When is it ever going to end? We need to wake the people up. The climate lockdowns are being put into place now. I hear this from my dad all the time. The climate lockdowns in Oxford, and they're doing it in London. People are up in arms and all that. It's this basic collective thinking. It's like a hive mind where people think the same. And it's not only happening through mainstream patterns of thought, but as I've discovered also, the patterns of thought in the alternative media. Oh, I know what's going on. The World Economic Forum is imposing technocracy through the World Health Organization and through countries everywhere across the world. China is the blueprint model of technological control with the Chinese social crediting system that wants to link the human brain, the human mind with AI, artificial intelligence and technology through the smart grid that is run by 5G, 6G, technologically generated frequencies that want to impose a control grid on the whole earth. Okay, I know all about this perception. This is a thought pattern that you hear a lot on the alternative media. However, this will only keep you at a certain level of perception. The arena of human control and control of the whole earth is the arena of perception. Shift it. The corona speaks. Corona is anchoring at the top I'm the top. Who's anyone to question me? Go and ask the questions. Go and ask yourself the question why the Gnostic Takeover never gets interviewed. I've got interviews here. Interviews done by George Cavasilis, Josh Del Sol, Alpha Vedic. You may know these channels. I was with Gareth Icke also, doing interviews. I've got this all on the channel. Why do you think the Gnostic Takeover is not scrutinized? I'm happy to answer difficult questions, because all I'm doing is sharing my perspective. Go and ask yourself the question why I do not get invited onto any of these platforms anymore. It's a massive control system, and there's a massive agenda going on to block the information that is coming from the top. Which is what I'm sharing here. It's the information, it's the message of the earth, it's ultimate knowledge coming from the forces of ultimate power, who I am a spokesperson of. Okay? When this clown is a spokesperson of the network, and I call him a clown, I know that the network is listening in on this video. Okay? I know it. However, I don't give a damn, because I am tuned to the natural matrix and not to the artificial matrix, which is the reason why they can't come into my reality, because I am in another reality to them. And I will explain more in coming videos. There's so much to explain, and the reason why I'm fully going for it is because I know how this reality works, and I know how protection works, and I know I can just fully go for it, which is my very protection. Speaking the truth is your ultimate protection. Remember, when you speak the truth the way you see it, without holding things back, without thinking what other people think about you, or you may be viewed as crazy, you may lose listeners, fuck it. Doesn't matter. Keep speaking the truth as you see it, and it will lead you to great places. Shift perception. Away from here, we're down here, they're up there, the elite, they're doing this, they're doing that. I'm at the top. And then your whole reality experience recalibrates and reprograms according to the perception and point of reference of your perception that you have chosen to take. What is reality? We here at the Gnostic Takeover keep going back to the prime questions. What is reality? That's where we find the real answers. That's where we truly put the whole picture together. This is how we take back the earth, by knowing what is reality and by acting according to the knowing of how reality really works. This is what I ultimately always speak about here on the channel. This is true Gnosticism. This is the fundamental knowledge that we need to have in order to transform the world and take back the earth. It's a dreamland. It's quite magical. It's pure magic if we can begin to see it and see the magic in the simple things. Oh yeah, it's just a bird. Oh yeah, it's just a tree. Oh, when you begin to appreciate it, there'll be more magic coming your way. That's how it works. And plant medicine, okay, not only is plant medicine working, but plant medicine is all about projecting reality. You see, that's the true source, and the truth about reality is that reality is projected. And we project it. This is what plant medicine does. It shifts your perception from a blurred vision in which the control system wants to keep you. In confusion, a blurred vision. It always, this control system and the program that they've programmed everyone with, the collective madness, as I would like to call it, this program, it always distracts us from what is really important. For example, in the alternative media arena, it would distract us with the war in the Ukraine and the geopolitical theater that goes on between different sides of the same network. That's a distraction from what's really happening, what we really need to know, okay, when people don't just want to inform themselves, okay, and actually want to make a change. All you have to do, again, is shift perception. Base of the pyramid, peak of the pyramid, the elite. Oh, that's one way of perceiving it. I'm the elite. I'm the Illuminati. I take back the earth. That's what the Gnostic Takeover is pioneering. This knowledge. And it's going out big. And it's more coming. When we know we're projecting reality, we need to become causer. Causa instead of the effects. Something that we can read in the book The Kybalion that I reference here. The book The Kybalion. It talks about, one of the main points of the book is it's important that we become causers instead of effects, and causer causing the effects. You see, the way it works is that when we're still in the level of effects, we all listen to the spokesperson of the network and like, oh, he's saying this, how can he? The World Economic Forum, they were at the Bilderberg meeting last year and they're doing this, they're doing that. And we need to wake other people up. We're still on the level of effects. We're being played by them. We're being played on the chessboard, and we're not even aware that we're being played because we're basically complaining about the agenda, what they're imposing. Instead of wasting our energy and our precious time of our life, of our precious life that we were gifted with, instead of complaining, we can start claiming. Shifting perception. Start claiming, hey, I'm at the top. Prove me otherwise. And then everything will come at you in order to get you to the top. You see, you claim it first. You claim it. This is why I do the commands in the ice cold water every day. I command that I hold the highest of all commands here on earth. I do it every day. I've been doing it for a year now, more than a year. And every day you'll have experiences that will shift your perception, that will take you to the top, because all of that is also a process. And you become a causer. You are causing reality. You are causing the effects, which is the reason why spokesperson of the network is speaking about effects of the Gnostic Takeover. Yeah, the Gnostic Takeover is a causer. That's behind the Gnostic Takeover. I'm a causer. Liz is a causer, causing the effects. You see, this is how the whole game changes. That's being the true game changer. Shifting reality. Okay, what is reality? I've just given you a massive hint. And this is all backed up by quantum physics and is most easily explained through the example of a projector. Of course, reality is not separate from us, and that's why we need to think in new categories and concepts. You see, the programming of this control system has made us think in the wrong categories and concepts and in the wrong contexts. When we start to shift away from the materialist reductionist paradigm, where the reality we're experiencing is so solid and so difficult to create change, then we are not moving forward. We need to change our concepts. The concept of the projector being the causer, projecting reality onto the screen. The causes you set, okay, and only you can set these. The causes you set are causing the effects. That's the truth. But it's the causes you set, and the causes that you set are the intention and the intentions that you have. The thoughts you're thinking, the emotions you're feeling, and the actions that you take. Thoughts, emotions, and actions. Input, processing, output. That's the trinity of consciousness. Okay, that's why we need to do the shadow work. We need to balance our emotions. Let the shadow come up in order for it to heal. Okay, then we harmonize the emotions. That will have an effect on the thoughts we're thinking. We'll have new ideas. I have completely new ideas than I had 1 year ago. I have completely new ideas than I had 10 years ago. Why? Because I'm doing the shadow work. I'm harmonizing my emotions. I have new thoughts, which leads to new actions and new behaviors, and that changes the outcome of reality. This is the knowledge that they do not want you to know. Well, it's one thing knowing this knowledge. It's one thing knowing the path. It's a whole another thing walking the path. And you see, it's a Truman Show perception that I'm presenting here, in which we shift perception and anchor at the top. It's like in the Truman Show, where you begin to realize that the whole thing is actually revolving around you. And what has this control system done? It has framed that truth as the ultimate insanity. Or they call it the Jesus complex. Well, they can't frame me as having a Jesus complex because, and I don't, pardon myself for it, I don't freaking believe in Jesus. You know why I don't believe in Jesus? Is because I don't believe in anything. I don't believe anything. I only sometimes assume things and see where it leads and if it stands up to scrutiny, but I don't do belief. So it's all about walking the path. And like Truman, there's this whole world that he lives in that is trying to keep him asleep, that is trying to keep him away from traveling. You see the scene in the Truman Show where he's at school, he's a child at school, and he says he wants to become an adventurer. He wants to find new places on Earth, a discoverer. And then the teacher tells him, well, Truman, you cannot become a discoverer because everything on Earth has already been discovered. Yeah, that's what this control system tells us. No, I'm here to discover everything. Okay, darling? That trick may have worked when I was young, but now I'm the badass. I ask the questions. What is reality? And I'm finding out the answers, and you see it's a beautiful picture here. The exit door. You've walked all these steps. I've been on my journey for 13 years. You never know when the last step is. All you need to do is you have to keep going. Keep losing followers, keep losing people from your path. You can shout out the message. Go and share this video, no matter what. If you don't share it, it doesn't matter, because the time will come. Can you imagine what causes the Gnostic Takeover has set, huh? What do you think's gonna happen to the causes that I have already set, taking the Earth back and then being projected? What do you think's gonna happen? There's going to be many people joining this channel, so go ahead and share this video now, or don't do. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change that this message is changing Earth and everything in my life and everything around me, including you listening here. It will change everything because that is not dependent on the viewer counts. Doesn't matter if 2 people, 3 people, or 100 people are watching it. Speaking the truth is the ultimate revolution. That leads us to freedom. I just love this picture. Describes it. I love it. It's the only reason I am here. I'm not here to fit anyone's definition. I'm here to be me. I'm here to animate everyone listening here to be themselves. This is who I want to meet. We'll be doing great things together here. Not just the videos, but meeting each other, sharing ideas. You are unique, like I'm unique. Freedom. Only crazy to the crazies. Yeah, exactly. I want to be crazy to the crazies. Fuck them. You call me crazy, good. It's only crazy to the crazies. It's a vision that we need. It's a vision that we need here in the world. And from where I stand, I can't see my vision causing harm to other sentient beings. Okay? Like, for example, the spokesperson of the network. Okay, he's causing harm with his perception. I'm not causing freaking harm. So, I'll continue ahead. I tell the network listening in here, go ahead. Prove me otherwise. Prove me that I'm not on the top of the pyramid. Okay? Prove me that I've not shifted perception, that I'm still underneath you. Prove me that I'm not on the top of the pyramid. Prove it to me. Otherwise, I'll keep going. It's great times. Of course, it's about to hit springtime here in Austria. It's amazing. I'm a child of the spring. Awesome. New natural cycle starting. It's all about the cycle of creation. Evolution, involution. Growth, decay, then transformation. That's what we hear. And we're going through a massive transformation. And it looks bad. Yeah. I cry too. Yeah. I cry at nights too. Yeah. But it's breakdowns that lead to breakthroughs. Because it's the program that's breaking down. Because the corona is coming in. It wants to connect with you. It's your higher self. What people call the higher self. It's your soul. Your soul connection's coming in. That's the corona. It's the crowning of mankind. And as is typical for this control system, go and watch the movie Wag the Dog. Distraction, distraction, distraction. They want to distract you from that, from the crowning of mankind, which is happening now. There'll be more coming your way. I have got a press conference coming up for you, where I'll be going deeper into what the spokesperson of the network, Mr. Nehammer, had to say, as well as his little friend at the health ministry, the health minister. They are reacting to the effects of the corona. They're taking a defensive position. They're trying to pretend that there's anything that they can influence or say in the matters here on Earth. They can't, because I'm in command. Me and Liz at the Gnostic Takeover are in command, are in charge here on Earth. It's a field of consciousness that you can log into. Everyone who's moral is in command. But that depends on the level of awareness that we have of the situation. So the best thing that people can do is do the shadow work and start commanding their life. Just as we command the network to. They will have to give us 369,000 euros next from our collateral account It's going to happen. You, the network, I'm saying it here, and I'm going to be saying it at the press conference. There's another press conference happening in the next 1 or 2 days, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be in German and English. And there will be an actual press conference happening in the middle of Vienna. It's happening. Yeah, the Gnostic Takeover is holding a press conference. You're going to see me in the middle of Vienna. Beautiful, nice cafe without me drinking coffee or stop drinking coffee, to do my shadow work. Drinking tea in the morning. That's a whole nother story. We got to do it, and it's got to be amazing. So, no fear mongering here. The earth is good. There's no one being saved, alright? There's just people like me and Liz that are doing their work. And everyone listening here is doing their bit to it. We're all special. We're all unique. And the message is moving forward powerfully. So, thank you for tuning in here. I also want to say that there's so many things I need to get into order, but I will have a Zoom call soon. I'll have a Zoom call soon where I invite everyone here to come join me, okay? Everything for no money. I don't take, there's no price to any of this. People can support if they want. That's up to them if they want to see this message continue. And everyone can participate. Because I've got a Zoom account and I'm like, why am I not using it? It's not been the time yet, but we can go into dialogue. I'll have a short presentation about things and we can chat to move you forward, okay? And it will be a regular thing. So we're not just going to do one Zoom call and then end it. Last time I did that, I had the whole network on the Zoom calls. I've been educated in that, so I will eliminate anyone who tries to infiltrate these Zoom calls and waste other people's time, and there will be warnings, because you see this channel was under massive attack. The last one I did was the Gnostic Takeover initiation group. Little did I know that the ones who were initiated was me and Liz. And every single one who was part of that group was part of the network. It was incredible. But again, it's a whole nother story. There's going to be a Zoom call. People can join. You will be informed. Underneath in the description is the link to the Telegram channel. And then you can just join at the time and day that I say. And yeah, looking forward to have you there. All the very best from me here.